Hey everyone, my name is Mahmoud. I'm a content creator and an actor. Also, formerly ran for public office and was into politics and nonprofit organizations, but decided to make this YouTube channel as a content creator to provide, just as a vlog and to showcase and document my life and things going on and what it looks like behind the scenes of balancing life, career, and family and love and all of that. So there's going to be a range of topics discussed in this vlog. And when I put out content, I'm just going to be describing things that are going out in my life and how I see things and my feelings and my emotions on my experiences through my lenses. I am an actor, I am a content creator, and that is how I make my money. I formerly worked in the area of politics and with the UN and have a whole lot of life experiences. But as I shift and continue finding my purpose and finding what makes me tick, one of the things that I wanted to do is document the things that I love to do, which is create content and just be me, right, through a media platform. And what I'm going to discuss today is dealing with an aging parent. I currently have a father who is about to turn 74 years old, and he's suffering with some signs of dementia. And we recently got a neurologist to do some studies on his brain, and it looks like he's going down that path. And dealing with a legal guardian, because we are not the legal guardians to make decisions and the finances for my father. We work with the state to make those decisions. It's how do you balance taking care of an aging parent while trying to go after your goals and trying to succeed in this important time in one's life. So I recently turned 34 years old, and I believe a person who's in their 30s and in their 40s, that's their prime of their life in going after their goals and focusing on accomplishments in their careers. And how do you navigate that with an aging parent? My father's currently living with me, and it places a lot of difficulties and stress, to be able to take care of an aging parent. For example, making sure that he's eating correctly, making sure that I'm providing him his medicine on time, taking him out for a walk, waking up in the middle of the night because he's dealing with so much anxiety and stress and pain body. Just being there, he asks me so many questions, and many times he repeats the same questions, even the same question that he had asked me 2-3 minutes prior. And at times it's really a test of your patience and your will and how much you are able to not let your emotions get the best of you and get frustrated in situations like that, because it is and it can be a lot to handle to take care of a parent like that. And it's hard to see a parent, your father, who was responsible for raising you, then get in their elderly years and no longer be able to function the way they used to. And to me and my brother and my sister, we've reached a point where we say, are we able, is one of us able, or can we collectively, the three of us, take care of our father without having to put him in an assisted nursing facility, or is that the best option, the best route? And that question gets posed in, there's so many feelings that I feel personally about that decision. Is that, am I a good son for putting my father in an assisted nursing facility? Am I trying my best? Is there more that I can do? Am I giving up too easily by making this decision? Or should I take my father in to live with me permanently? And that becomes a full-time job, because as deemed by the state and by doctors and medical reports, my father's no longer able to function as an adult. So, God forbid I leave him alone in the house. He sets the place on fire, or, uses the stove, or does any numerous amount of things. If I take guardianship and become the person who's solely responsible, could then be held accountable. And if I make the decision to have him stay with me, can I really take care of him 24/7, right? Because that's what is required. And that entails a lot. And, being 34 years old, I feel that, I might have to sacrifice a lot of my goals and my dreams and my aspirations to do that. I have dreams of, doing amazing things in acting and really telling stories that make a difference and creating change, whether through politics or through acting and through visuals and through media and through public speaking. And through inspiring people through creating content like this. And can I really do that if I'm going to be, on a beckons call at any time, having to attend to my father's needs? And I at times find myself in a struggle and find myself like going through a lot of different emotions, because on one part I feel like, if I, put him in a nursing home, then I feel selfish. And on the other part of me, it's like, I also have my dreams and goals and aspirations too. So what do I do? And it becomes this really heavy and serious decision, and one that you have to outweigh the options. And that's currently where I am in my life. So, if you're watching this, definitely put your comments if you're experiencing something like this. How do you go about it? We can create a community where we can help one another. If you have experiences with an aging family member and you don't know what to do, leave a comment or message me directly and we can talk about it. And it's how do I know if I can take it on or not? So, he's been staying with me for the past 3-4 weeks now. And we've had a lot of run-ins with one another. I constantly feel like I'm cleaning up after him, constantly feeling like there's a lot of responsibility on me. And to me, it's like, well, this is a part of it. Or is this person not really at that level where they can't take care of themselves completely? So it's how much responsibility one is able to take at their current circumstance in their lives, and how much are you able to do with the resources and finances you have, right? Because had I have access to a lot of money and a lot of resources and access, this wouldn't be an issue. I'd have a nice home, have my father stay downstairs, have a nurse come to the home all the time, and you pay that nurse $5,000-$6,000 a month, so she's there on call 24/7 to attend to my father's needs. But unfortunately, when you don't have access to wealth and resources, decisions become harder to make, where you have to try to take off from here and take off from there to try to make things work. And it weighs a lot because, as an actor, you have to spend a lot of time doing outreach to casting directors, to producers. You gotta prepare for auditions. You gotta do the auditions. Right now, auditions are from home where you self-tape them. And you gotta do reading. You gotta read books. You gotta watch videos on YouTube, watch movies to learn from other actors. You gotta be in class. And these are all fun things that I love to do. And, am I able to truly dedicate myself to the craft while taking on this major responsibility? And I come to a place where I'm like, can I do both? Is there a way where I can do both? Or is it mentally draining to try to take on, all of this? Because there's a mental health aspect to it. And I think a lot of times we put so much on ourselves. We're like, yeah, I can go to work. I can have a love life. I can do all these different things, but we forget about the mental toll that it takes on us, because we do need downtime for ourselves. We do need that space to be able to rest and recover and decompress. It's like having a computer where you have a million tabs open all the time and you're not letting your computer either shut down or sleep. So to give it that break that it needs to be able to come back again and fully function. So I don't want to put too much on my personal plate and bite off more than I can chew. You know, there's the aspect of my father not having Medicaid. And if he has Medicaid, then a home health aide would be able to come to the house and help and take care for him. But, you know, Medicaid is, at least in New Jersey, you know, you have to make less than $2,000 in any of your financial bank accounts. Well, my father has more than $2,000 in there, but not that much. And it's been recent where he's got that from his pension and Social Security. And the state had been putting that into a trust. So he doesn't qualify for Medicaid to be able to have a home health aide come in and take care, which, you know, would help me. Also, he does not, you know, he doesn't take his own medicine, which is problematic. Currently, the state guardian, you know, says that they don't want to take medicine and we can't force people to take medicine. And to me, it's, you know, how truly can you make the two balance with one another and not affect your mental health, to get back to that point? Because there is the physical aspect in making sure that, you know, my father eats and takes his medicine and all that, but there's a lot behind the scenes that goes on that, you know, he and I bump heads a lot because it's another human being living in your space, and there's autonomy and freedom that, you know, withers away when you have somebody living with you 24/7. And then there's the added pressure of, you know, my father saying, well, if you guys really cared about me, you guys are my children, you wouldn't put me in a assisted nursing facility or a nursing home. And, you know, recently today, he said to me, I said, you know, Dad, we can go to your where you're living and we can pick up the charger, because he left his charger back at his place. And then he asked me, he's like, are you gonna keep me there? Are you gonna keep me there by myself? Or am I gonna come back with you? And I paused and I stopped to think about it. And I said, well, what do you want? And he said, no, tell me what you want. And I was trying to gauge his level of where his head's at. And then he eventually said, he's like, well, I want to stay with you. I want to be here in your house. I don't want to go back to my house. I'm tired of being alone and living alone. And that really got to me because, you know, I felt real bad, and, you know, part of me felt selfish to say, you know, this is your father, you know, he allowed you to live with him for all those years. And now that he's older, you should take care of him, and he's crying out for help. And it adds a lot of stress on me to then say, no, I'm not going to take care of you. I'm going to put you in an assisted nursing facility. But the truth of the matter is that I have dreams and ambitions of moving to LA, right? So I'm renting out my apartment. And, you know, at times I feel like, you know, I'm not going to be able to do all these other things, move to LA, rent out my apartment, if I have this here. And then I start to be like, well, God, like, what is the answer to this? Like, you know, is there a bigger lesson here that you're trying to tell me to not move to LA? Am I supposed to do this? And then you get into this place where, you know, I just need some strength and some guidance about what the right decision is. Doing the right part, you know, caring for your family, but also going after your goals. And that's where I currently stand right now in all these decisions where I'm at, and trying to make the best decision for myself, but for my family, and trying to go after my goals in acting, and, you know, stay tuned to the next episode about, you know, how this progresses, because this is going to be a vlog where I talk about, you know, what's going on in my life. So if you guys have, you know, your stories that you would like to share, please do so, because stories are what brings us together. You know, it's a pastime. Stories are forever what has brought human beings together, and they're powerful. So please make sure that you share and tell yours. Thanks so much.